This is DJ Lipchild from radio-free.org, and you're listening to Corellian Run Radio.
Begin transmission.
You are listening to Corellian Run Radio, your route through hyperspace to the latest news on Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Hi, and welcome to Corellian Run Radio. This is episode 152, and we're recording live Sunday, September 6, 2015. My name is Jason, and I'm joined by my co-host, Heather. Howdy, Heather. How you doing?
Hey, Jason. How are you? Happy birthday. Congrats on the real life level up.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I did level up. Ding, ding. I'm just trying to find my hut trainer now to see what I get now. So I think I just get aches and pains.
Oh. What have you been doing in game?
Well, doing some more ops. Mostly doing some other ops, helping some other people get their first experience in some ops, and also nailing some achievements. I went through EV, did a 16-man EV. Hadn't done the storyman 16, and so getting some achieves and doing that stuff. Went through Ziost. Let's see. I went through. What else? Doing some achieves on Ziost, making sure I wanted to do that before one character I got ready to do the old screen. Go back to the screen of the space station. So make sure to get all the achieves down on the planet before I moved on in that story. And been doing some leveling in and out of game, as you mentioned. So, I'm working on a couple new tunes. And you had asked me off mic. Yeah, well, whatever. I'm old.
Off air.
There we go. That's it. Ha, that's the word. What the WOG, because that was being tweeted about the WOG op group. And that is... guys from Usual Podcast, and they're got a couple tunes in our guild in Unholy Alliance. They're on the Harbinger server, and they're going to do a group. It's called WOG, which is What's an Op Group. So I thought that was kind of cute, and so we're going to be going through some. And in fact, it was Will and Marshall. They joined us on a couple ops this weekend. So we did EV, and then we did KP. So that was kind of cool. Master Lou joined us too. It was awesome. So we had a good time. Just running through, having a good time, Had a couple frosty beverages every now and then. Of course, might have to be water, but that was all right. It's all fun. All fun and games. So, and then also working on the McKeb stage weeklies, because those are going to be some changes there on the achieves. So, again, doing some achieves and leveling up and doing ops. So, how about you, Heather? How about you? What was your week like?
Well, it's really exciting that all these people are on the Harbinger now, all these friends that we've had on different servers. So the other day, I had a bunch of friends that I knew from real life and from Facebook, and we all did Rikes together on, was it Thursday night? We had about 6 to 8 people doing PvP on the Harbinger, and this was like the first time in a really long time that I was PvPing, and it was so exciting. I got pretty much almost a full set of the exhumed gear, which is the lower tier of PvP gear. I PvP'd that much, or
Wow.
the gear is it's so much cheaper than it was. It's not like an annoying grind like it used to be.
I was just about to ask you.
Before it would be so discouraging to do a couple matches and then say you lose a couple and then you're like, oh my god, well I don't even have enough for one piece, and now it's just like, well, hey, I can get a new piece every match or something. But we were doing really well. I was doing really well. A couple of the matches I did even have the most medals, but the team, they were definitely carrying me. They were healing the crap out of me. And
the perks of being an on-air celebrity, right?
Well, no.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, and so at one point we were in a hutball match, and it was the middle of the match, and I had the ball, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I tried to throw the ball, but all I had on my hotkey bar, on my click bar, was the toy. the hut
Oh
ball
no.
toys. I'm sitting there trying to throw the ball, but it's not the actual hut ball. So I had to go into general and put the actual hut ball on my bar so I could throw it. But it was amazing. They healed me through that whole time. But it was so much fun hanging out with them, and even just playing with different people besides my guild. Though I love my guild very, very,
Hmm.
very, very much, it was nice because these are people that I have interacted with online
Oh, that's awesome.
for some time, and so it was fun to finally be playing with them, and they could hear my voice, and I could hear their voices, and it was really fun.
So
So I did that.
you did a full group then, right? You grouped up to get in
Yeah,
there. Nice. That's
yeah,
always
there was
better.
a 6 to 8 of us, and sometimes we would be in the same match, and sometimes we were against each other, and then sometimes we just, one of the groups got an arena or something.
That's awesome. That's all. I think that's always makes anything, whether it's PvP or operations, if you can group up with people. I mean, I this from a guy who I did a lot of soloing of stuff through other MMOs and even some of this one, but it really makes the game so much better when you can group up with some people, and build those friendships and stuff in game and out of game. So that's awesome. And we got some pics going right there that you sent me. You did some other things besides PvP.
Oh yeah, I went to I went to Seattle for PAX Prime. It was fun. It
Awesome.
was it was raining, but it wasn't so bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I did see Star Wars Uprising. That's the new Star Wars mobile game that's coming out for phones and tablets. It was fun. The graphics were really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they had showing on the TV, and it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't as good as SWTOR, but it was really, really close. And for a mobile game to be almost as good as a MMO PC game,
Yeah, I was
that's
just gonna say that's pretty good.
yeah. And another interesting thing too is it's canon, first of all. The story is canon. So
Hmm.
that, yeah, and so that means anything that happens in the game that's actually going to be part of the Star Wars universe from now on.
That
And
is
also,
interesting.
yeah, it's not like SWTOR, which is just legend status.
Yeah.
Also, the game it's going to be released in chapters.
Well, that's
Sound
kind of cool.
familiar?
So I think I've heard that idea before
I
somewhere.
know it's almost like the Star Wars games are kind of coordinating with each other, like they have the similar marketing team.
Like there's a plan.
Like there's a plan, guys.
No
But
way.
yeah, so that was fun, and I took pictures with with a cosplayer that was dressed as one of the characters with my Leia buns. That was fun. And I got to play the new Tomb Raider, which I have the previous game, which was really good on PC, but I think I might have to get an Xbox One for this. I don't
Oh,
know.
really?
Yeah.
So now this is also following the younger Lara Croft, right?
Yes.
Right. Awesome. I like it. Besides, there is also the fact it's a female as the lead. I like it. I think there need to be a few more games like that.
Yeah, and I did a couple more things. I saw esports competition, the worldwide Heroes of the Storm competition. I saw only one round, but it was enough. I mean, each round is like 15, 20 minutes. So I didn't want to stand there for like an hour.
Haha.
Yeah, so I did that, and then in the evening we met up with a bunch of SWTOR players. SWTOR
Oh,
players are
cool.
just people from the internet, like Vixtra. She used to stream a lot of SWTOR PvP. Wook or Bam from Wook that I've met a few
Yeah.
times. Redna, Larry Everett, AJ. He's in the chat room right now.
Awesome.
Oh gosh, who else was there?
Don't forget anybody.
Yeah, I don't want to
They're
forget
gonna
anybody
get you
now.
on Twitter. You know that.
I know they're gonna get me on Twitter. Let me just look real quick at my list before I'm just gonna keep talking until until I make sure I get everyone.
Just start naming.
Caligari was there, and Ed, and Forrest, which is one of Bam's guildies too. So
Nice.
we hung out with them at the EMP Museum. There was a Prime party, and then we went out after that. So it's always really great to meet SWTOR players and just other gamers in person and hanging out with them.
That's always a good time. I mean, I got to meet some of the people from Wook. I got to meet Bam there at the Chicago one. That was a few years ago, but that was awesome. I
Yeah,
love meeting people.
Yeah, it was just nice to meet up with people, especially since the cantina was canceled in Seattle. It was just kind of like, well, at least this is their chance to hang out with some SWTOR players because some people, they just literally do not know any other SWTOR players in real life. It's just who they know online.
Yep. So, since you mentioned there they didn't have the PAX thing, we happen to have a little bit of news about what they did have.
From the Newsnet and beyond.
So even though that was a clumsy little segue I just did there, um, now they unfortunately didn't get to go to PAX because they definitely wanted to keep everybody working hard on the new expansion. They did happen to have a live stream. So, did you get a chance to check that out? And so they had it since we've had our previous podcast.
I didn't actually watch. I didn't watch it because I knew there was going to be spoilers with the story. I mean, I know it's going to be all over the place, but
Mm-hmm.
when I play, I want to see it for the first time when I play. I don't want to know what's going to happen already. So I know there's stuff going on with Lana Benico and all these things. And guess what? I was right. I was exactly right on our last show when I said, "Oh yeah, you know what? The live stream is going to be what people
Yep.
saw at E3."
Yeah.
I was totally right, guys. So just saying.
Just saying. Well, I also said our last show that I predicted they were going to have kind of the PAX kind of thing where your companions will get to do other things, which actually is kind of right, but they actually decided, let your companion do anything you want, heal, DPS, or tank. So,
Yeah, that's one thing. I did read the bits about the gameplay changes, not
hmm
necessarily the story bits. So the changes for the companions is it's kind of exciting, but for me, if playing my assassin, I'm still not even sure if I'm going to use a different character besides Zalek, just because Zalek uses all of my assassins.
well, but now you won't have to worry about gearing your companions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
so
God.
now you can use any companion you want.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have Andronicus take some hits for me. That'd be
There you
nice.
go. Have the little pirate, start tanking for yours or
It doesn't
healing.
make sense though, because he's range and I'm still melee, so they'd still be hitting me first. So maybe I'll stick a Shara on them.
I'm taking my Sork out and have Kimball heal me. Yeah, Kim, come on, you big monster. Throw out some more heals, buddy.
Yeah, I prefer the tank just because of Maul. I don't want to have aggro, so I
Oh,
can
yeah, it's good. Good
yeah, so I
choice.
can be running around and hitting them from behind and the side. So that's why I choose
Oh,
a
that's good.
tank as a
Oh, that's
deception
smart. You get to
assassin.
use
Yeah.
more of your abilities. Smart, smart, smart.
Hmm.
Let's see. What else do we know? Well, we did learn officially. We learned that Lana Benico will be a full companion. So,
Yay! Yeah,
yay.
yeah. I remember a long time ago they asked, who would you rather have as your companion? And I was like, Team Lana, all
Team
the way.
Lana.
But then she's not even a sorcerer. She's like a marauder now.
Well,
So
she's a dual wielding, which they kind of went back. It's now she has two lightsabers again. By the way, and I saw that in the gameplay. I was like, oh wow, Heather's going to mention that. And she was DPSing, like a beast in that thing, and but she was also throwing out heals at the same time.
so maybe she'll be like a Treek or
Yeah,
something.
that's what I'm thinking. I said that in another podcast. I mentioned that if she can do both of those things at the same time, yeah, I'm sorry, Treek, you're going to get on the bench. Yeah. So definitely, that's going to be cool. I actually like the fact that I'll be able to utilize HK a little bit more. And speaking of Treek and HK, they did say that if you have you bought those with cartel coins and stuff like that, you will not have to worry about that. You will not lose them. So that's kind of cool. Not to worry about
I
that.
do have a kind of a thing about HK. I know there's going to be an HK 55 in the story. Do you think that HK 51 for some reason in the story is going to turn into HK 55? Or do you think
See, they
it's
haven't
with
said
them?
that, but we did get confirmation that we're going to be frozen for 5 years. So maybe he got an upgrade.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
we don't know what happened to our companions, so we have to find that out. Could be. That's a good I like that story actually. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. I mean, we think of all these cool things, and then it's just waiting for the developers to.
I think they just wait for us to announce it. Well, our speculation in our Heather, and then they like, well, we got to write a blog about it now because they already released it. Heather and Jason. So, so what's some things you liked? Well, you didn't get to actually see it though. I mean, you've heard
Yeah,
about it.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't want to. I didn't want to watch it just because
Gotcha.
of the the cutscenes
Yeah,
and
exactly. I
the
get that.
choices. That's just. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to know that stuff. I don't know what the desire is to just know the entire story before you play it. But yeah,
Yeah, I totally
I
get
don't
that.
want to know.
I totally get that. So yeah, that's kind of cool. The only thing I can say is, I thought, and I know, hey, there's technical glitches. We both know technical glitches happen. Anybody that streams out there knows about technical glitches, so I don't fault them for that. I guess the one thing I would say is maybe if Bioware Austin would kind of embrace the stream for live stream, kind of like Bioware, the Dragon Age Bioware guys, and also the Mass Effect crew. I don't know if you've ever watched some of their streams. They are hilarious. They're funny. Those guys are engaging, and I tell you what, they know fellow streamers of those games, and it's really nice to see them. And I'm not faulting anybody at Bioware Austin. I just think that, hey, you could always try to get better at some of that stuff. So I think maybe if they could improve the level of streams, kind of on the level of some of the other people in the same company, I think that'd be great. And, hey, we do have news about other things they're going to be doing with the stream, which we'll be alluding to later when we get to the community buzz stuff. But, I see maybe they're going to turn the corner. I can only hope. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I agree. They should really be doing these live streams more regularly, not as just a oh my God, once in a blue moon that they're finally doing a live
Yeah, I
stream. It
know,
should
right?
be, it should be like a weekly or bi-weekly event, just saying, hey, we're working on this. Even if it's something that's not out, they could just show something they're working on and say, hey guys, what do you think of this?
Yeah, I mean, just anything that kind of engaging with the community and stuff like that. Even it's like, half an hour, 45 minutes of jumping in there, showing it something new. I think it would be, something awesome. Hop in there and do an operation. Show people, that, you can play through, some of the newer operations, or, even if you're derping through, goofing around, doing an older op, something like that, that'd be kind of fun. Just to see those guys playing and saying, hey, they can play their class or something like that. Or PvP match. PvP match would be awesome to watch them play, maybe an arena or something like that. And let some other people, be able to have their chance to play the devs or something like that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? We did get some other things. They did say right after the stream that the floodgates would be opening soon. And so we did get some announcement this week about the Jedi Knight and the Sith Warrior. They put up their
Oh
story
God.
blogs.
They were so short. I just they don't do the actual story justice. Like if you're I I don't know. I don't like them. If you're playing the
Hmm.
game for the first time, you should really play through the classes. I mean,
Yeah, but now, do you think something like this is good for somebody that's just going to? I'm going to buy the expansion. I don't want to play 1 through 50. I just want to jump in and play the new stuff at Civ at level 60.
I guess so. It's just that they miss out on so much.
Oh,
Like on the Sith Warrior story, for example, there's nothing about Quinn, and that's a huge meaningful part
mm,
of the Sith Warrior story for me.
yeah.
And yeah, and it doesn't even get mentioned. So I mean, I guess it's cool for people that just
Mm.
want to go in and start playing right away. But I would, I would just highly recommend those players to go back and actually play through the story.
Oh, I agree. Especially first time, I would not take get the level 60 character. But if you do that, I kind of thought it would be interesting if they would do um, the idea of how about they would say in the character creation screen, if you want to do a level 60, you would be able to see a little codex or something like that and tell you like the story so far or up to that, or a little crawl as you start your screen at a level 60 tune. Any of
Oh,
the classes.
that'd be neat. Yeah, like the Star Wars
And so you're holding into the franchise, you're franchising it. It reminds you, hey, this is Star Wars. It gives you kind of the backstory, what's happened so far in your story. And then for anybody that doesn't like spoilers and stuff like that, they don't have to read about it. And
But
then,
going back to that theme about it being Star Wars, I mean, the original Star Wars movies, you start at episode 4. So, I mean, you could start at level 60 not knowing what happened beforehand and then go back and play it. Hopefully it's cool still, but I guess you don't have to play it in order.
mhm,
I think it would be better for people to play it
well,
first.
you'd have to do a new character in order to go
Yeah,
back and
yeah,
play
because
it.
you can't go back.
Yeah, you can't go back again. Yeah, just like real life. But yeah, I just think that I kind of think that because their idea is to put it up there like it's an encyclopedia type of thing, but it's only 3 days since they posted them, and it's already buried. I mean, you have to dig down in the news to actually find it. So it'd be interesting. Hopefully they'll put it up in something like the HoloNet or something like that, where people can find it a little more easily. I think that would be cool to do that. So, so we have the story. So if you guys definitely want to check those out, they have the Jedi Knight, and also they have the Sith Warrior. So we want to check out those if you haven't already, or you want to kind of catch up on the stories, or maybe something you missed. But even like Heather alluded to, there are things you definitely will miss if that's all you know about the Sith Warrior and Jedi Knight story. So there's definitely other things you should play through in the story in the game. Now the other thing that they posted, the changes coming in 4.0 to the Jedi Knight and Sith Warrior, and they start off with giving you some of the general class changes and combat changes. Did you get a chance to check that out, Heather?
The class changes?
Mm-hmm. Did you check any of that out?
Well, I mean, I play a Juggernaut,
Mm-hmm.
but not as my main. So, I mean, any class changes, I just, bring it on. I'll figure it out once we get it. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they have coming up for the Sith Assassin because these look like a lot of changes, and even for the general class and combat changes, how they're changing the utilities. I guess it's cool, but I don't know. Any class changes, it doesn't affect me just because I just play the same thing no matter what.
Yeah. Of course, I'm not a huge, and I'll post some of the right there. They'll be coming up in just a little bit. The general class and combat changes about the utilities and different things like that. I don't play that much of a Juggernaut or a Jedi Knight, so for me to actually comment on how the class changes are, that would be stupid. So I'd be just down here more. I just would it would be dumb for me to do so. But I can allude to my feelings on some of the utility levels that they've changed. I definitely don't. I don't like it actually. I kind of think they're messing with stuff that maybe shouldn't be messed with.
Or it
Because
doesn't need to be messed with.
exactly, I think we're not going to get another utility. Now there's going to be new utilities added into the utility selection area, but you're only still going to have the 7. And as you can see there, you're going to change not only change the levels you get them, but the last utility, the 7th utility you have right now, the level 60. When you log in the first day of the expansion, you will lose that and not get it until level 65. I mean, I understand this happens when you get a level cap. Things change with classes, and things change in general. Personally, I think if I'm not going to get another utility point, maybe just leave it alone and change some of the passive and active abilities. Leave the utilities alone because when you raise the level cap up at 70, I presume when we do it again, aren't you going to have to make another adjustment? Then instead of if you don't make the adjustment now at level 70, you just give me another point. I don't know. And I know some of these changes are not live yet, so they could be changed or something like that. I just was like, I kind of think they're making changes that maybe shouldn't be made. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I agree. I think it might just be a little bit too much work for them to do that, but I don't know. I guess they want something to be a final point when you get to
Yeah,
65.
I get that. And for me, actually, honestly, maybe if somebody like, somebody from the combat team could address some of that, that'd be awesome and see why they're doing that. Because all they do in this post is kind of say, well, this is what we're doing. And they want to say they will prevent excessive power inflation. But if you're pushing things back, aren't you kind of doing that at the end game? You're saving everything to the end of the game. And they kind of wanted to say, we want to make sure that you get in 3.0 when all the disciplinary system came out. They want to make sure you have some of your cool abilities earlier on in the game. But now they're already starting to move things back to the end game. I don't know. It kind of seems like they're going against what they originally started with the disciplinary system. So, and if I could maybe hear somebody from the combat team, that'd be great to have a post explaining maybe why they did that. Or maybe that'd be a good use of the stream to come in and explain that. And I'm sure maybe we get closer to the expansion going live that we will hear some of that. So I understand they also got some of the active abilities, which we'll put that up there. Some of the active abilities they're changing, and some of your abilities are going to change now on when you will get those. So it looks like the only changes since 3 point whenever are you get your third active ability at level 42 instead of 41, and your fourth ability at level 58 instead of 57. So that's just going to be a minor adjustment, one level right now. Let's see, in passive abilities, you can see that's going to be changing a little bit. So you will get that at 12, 59, 60, and 64, I believe, like that. That's going to be your new passive. So those are some minor things, and I kind of understand you're going to have to change a little bit of those. And I believe we're going to be getting some new abilities, so that kind of will hand that out. But the utility thing is the one I think that, if we're not getting a new point, I don't see why you're taking away that point and holding out. Well, here, wait, you had it, but now you forgot. I guess it's from the carbonite freezing or something.
Yeah, I guess they could explain
It's
it
not
that
just
way.
blindness, though, that you forget things like your utilities. So like it's 5 more levels, then I remember how to do it. But so that's, at least we're getting some more information, so that's a good thing. And you can definitely, we'll have the link to this in the show notes, and you can check out all the changes that are coming to the Sith Warrior and the Jedi Knight classes. So there'll be other classes, and definitely would like to hear your thoughts on some of the class changes in general and stuff like that. So I know that there are definitely some opinions on Twitter, the forums, and even our chat. So brain freeze. That's right, Dark Age. That's what happened. And anything you saw this past week in the news, Heather? Anything like that? Are you excited the floodgates are starting to be opened up and we're starting to get a little more news?
So, no, just our next topic on this show, which I thought was kind of fun. Oh, well, never mind. Yeah, just our.
No, we'll go ahead and get into that when we go and check out the community buzz. So as Heather, jumped the gun on a little bit, where the community buzz, the New York Comic Con is coming up, and they're going to have a community cantina. But besides the community cantina is going to be on the 8th. That's Thursday, the 8th of October.
That's kind of interesting. It's on a Thursday. I mean, if you live in New York City or in the surrounding area, and the cantina starts at 7, and you've got to be there on a Thursday, and it goes till 11 on a Thursday.
Yeah.
And there's a convention happening.
Well, but if you're in town for the convention, more than likely you're going to be there.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, I thought, one of their other primary objectives was to have the cantinas in places where they have the most players. And so if there's a bunch of players in here trying to get in on a Thursday evening while there's a convention going on, seems kind of hectic. But oh well, that's Eric Musco's planning.
Well, I think that's probably some other people high up for the Comic-Con itself to announce the release of the expansion. there at Comic Con.
Yeah,
So,
and I also think it was probably very difficult to probably get something in New York
oh yeah.
on Saturday, for instance.
But the other big news is the cosplay contest. This will
Yeah,
be the first
yeah.
ever one.
Why couldn't they have come up with this in all those other cantinas I went to?
I know, right?
I would have totally dressed up, and now it's just like you get $500 gift cards and all your strongholds unlocked and all these things
Yeah,
where if you
first prize
win.
is huge, as you alluded to, $500 Amazon gift card, 360, 360 days prepaid subscription game time. That's nice.
Yeah, and I'm just like, God, they couldn't have thought of this a year ago? Like I went to all these or I went to all these cantinas, and now it's just like, okay, I don't know the next time I'm ever gonna go.
Yeah, I kind of skipped over a lot of looking at the prizes and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I skipped looking
I kind
over
of
it
skipped
because
over
then
it,
I
and
would
then
have
I
just got mad.
I checked over Joe, our staff writer Joe, on his gadgets and Khajiits blog post, which we'll have a link to that. And he added, and I was like, highlighted in big bold. First of all, I was like, holy cow, really? So I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. So definitely, and on the screen there, we definitely have the times for when the cosplay contest and details for that. And we will have all the details and links for that. But I think it's kind of cool. They're also going to be streaming it live.
Yeah, yeah, and you'll be able to vote on who you think should win the cosplay contest from the internet. You can vote.
I
So,
know that isn't that cool? And I
yeah,
think this
yeah,
is
that's
a,
really exciting.
this is one step I think where they're actually tying things into the community, stuff that's going live, stuff that's going to be pertinent as far as what's going on with the game, which is the announcement and of the expansion and the actually going live in less than a month at the end of October. So I kind of think that's kind of cool that they're also using their stream in a very productive way to get people involved in what's going on. And I think that's kind of cool, kind of bringing more of the community together. And I think that's what they need to do. So,
Yeah, I mean, like for something like this, normally I would just go watch it later,
mhm.
but since there's going to be live voting, that's something that I'd be interested in watching it live. So that'll be really good for them. One thing I also liked about the cosplay contest is in the entry, it has to be a Star Wars: The Old Republic character. So no bringing in, Darth Maul or something. You have to
Haha.
pick. Yeah, yeah, you have to pick a SWTOR character. So I'm wondering, can you say, well, I'm dressed up as my Sith warrior? Can you just say that,
Well, maybe.
or does it have to be like a specific armor set that the devs or whoever the judges are will recognize?
I think if you have a backstory for your costume and you can back it up, I think that's where you're going to. It's kind of like you have to RP your entry, kind of, and make sure you can back it up, and then you can get in. So, but that's kind of cool. I think that they're trying to make sure that everything is kind of Old Republic related. So, definitely, since they are doing a lot of the prizes, the the Old Republic related. So that'd be kind of cool. I'm definitely excited to go see that. So I definitely think that is going to be good. And once again, we will have all the links for that in the show notes. And definitely we'll have a link to Joe's article so you can read up about the cosplay contest and more about that from Joe. Speaking of that, he also had an article looking for group edition where he actually gives his opinions on the live stream. So you want to probably check out that. Also, he is a good writer and a member of the team. So, anything else you got going on in the community? Besides, we've got the New York Comic Con. I wonder what all is going to be announced there. I think that'd be kind of cool. Possibly announced at that. Any more announcements, or you think it'll be?
It'll be right before the expansion comes out, so I don't know. But it seems like this cosplay contest will take a while. Normally the cantinas end though at 10 p.m., right? So it looks like they inserted an extra hour for the contest. So I don't know.
I don't know. Let's see. As far as the community, I think the community is right now has to do with our community. We've got our friend Jesse, who's actually one of the guild leaders on the UA and Unholy Alliance and Wiki Mistake.
Oh, she's working with SWTOR Network now, which is so
Yes.
exciting. SWTOR Network is one of my favorites.
It's going to help everybody catch up with everything, podcasts, videos, all kinds of links. she helps put them all together on that. So that's kind of cool. You can check that out. And that's kind of cool that he's getting some help with that site. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
really good site.
It was just him doing it, especially, with other sites in the community, having teams of people. Swilter Network definitely will have some help now.
Yeah, that's definitely a good deal. Um, let's see. And, of course, a reminder. We've got another little reminder for you that I want to play for you right now.
Hi, this is Cash from Extra Life Orange County. Just reminding you of the Extra Life Marathon that's going to be taking place November 7th. Come play games and heal kids. www.extra-life.org.
Yeah, of course, I want to make sure and get in another little bumper there. That's Cash from. He's talking about the Extra Life, the gaming charity that's be going on November 7th. So we definitely, I know all of us in the UA and Wiki Mistake, we're definitely working on trying to get our team together to do all something for a good cause. Anytime you can get together and play games is a good time, but anytime you can do that and help out some kids, that's even better. So.
Yeah, play games, heal kids, and it's a little bit after the expansion comes out, so hopefully, you can go 24 hours maybe playing just the new expansion stuff.
I don't know. This old man probably won't go to last 24 hours.
I don't. I can't. I cannot play for that long.
Probably gonna try to definitely get in maybe a 12-hour session with some of the guys. I know we got some things, doing some runs. Gonna get some people tauntauns on Hoth and different things like that. Because you can get the mounts by getting all the, I can't even remember, domestication data or something like that. So, we got different quests to find all the in-game pets. So I'm hoping they also have maybe an in-game event going on, like the Gree or something like that during that day. So that'd be kind of
Oh,
cool.
that'd be cool. Yeah.
I'm definitely going to do that. Definitely going to be running ops, achieves. Going to get all those. So that's what we've got kind of planned. So, how about you, Heather? Anything you are working on or you got planned up until the next cast? Anything you got on the books?
No, just some guild stuff. We're still recruiting we're recruiting in general. We got a few new guys, so if you want to join Despair, we're not being as picky. We're not being as picky right now, so now might be a good time to message someone in Despair to join. And that's on the Harbinger.
Awesome. So,
Yeah, but yeah.
are you guys just recruiting in general or
Yeah,
recruiting people for ops?
we're recruiting in general. We're trying to get enough people to have maybe a third operations team, but even if not that, some of our new guys, they're really into PvP also. So just we're not really being as picky as as we were. So yeah, if you want to join, we do require you to be in mobile and you might need to be a little thick-skinned, but but yeah, join Despair. It's great.
Awesome.
Or Unholy Alliance, they're probably really nice.
So now
Or
we kind of
a lot nicer.
plugged our guilds. How's the way that other people could plug their guilds?
Well, if you're looking to get your guild notice on this show or you want to announce an upcoming event, why not contact us about being on a guild ready check? If you're interested, send an email to corellianrun@gmail.com or heather@prettylittlesith.com. And thanks to those guilds and people who have contacted us, aren't they having another radio free party on Ebonhawk? I thought I saw something about
I
that.
believe so. In fact, everybody should try to show up next Saturday night. I believe there will be a special birthday for one of the DJs. That's DJ Love Child. So definitely everybody show up and give him some happy birthday love out there. So definitely next week for during the regular show will be at the regular time, and we'll have links to the show times for that. So definitely show up there and have a good time wishing somebody a happy birthday. Also, don't forget to check out all the articles this week on CRR. Please take a moment to leave us a positive feedback on iTunes. You can subscribe to our podcast on iTunes or your favorite podcast app.
If you'd like to contact us or have any questions or ideas for discussion topics, email us at corellianrun@gmail.com. You can also follow and tweet us on Twitter at corellianrun. My personal Twitter handle is Heather_PLS and Jason is at JT_HollowNet. If you're on Facebook, like our Facebook page, or you can join our Facebook group. You can also leave a voicemail for us on our website, www.corellianrun.com, or on our Facebook page that could possibly be featured on the show. Finally, if you'd like to be a writer like Joey or submit content for our website, send an email to Jason, and he's jason@corellianrun.com.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for us at Corellian Run Radio. I want to thank everybody in the chat room. Had a great show. I want to thank all our fans and followers and loyal listeners for tuning in. And until next time, I'm Jason.
I'm Heather. May the force be with you, or keep those blasters by your side, kid.
You've been listening to Corellian Run Radio, Star Wars The Old Republic podcast. Tune in next time to hear Heather say,
Happy level up day, Jason!
End transmission.